Are you ready for the petty? Get in, losers.
This is Petty and Unbothered, where we love growth, but we also love a minor grudge.
Where we're celebrating your petty parts and breaking down petty pop culture.
I'm Robin, a multi-hyphenate creative.
And I'm Lora, aka Tita Lors, a licensed marriage and family therapist. Come sit with us. Yay!
Yay!
Smile for the camera. We're going to take this picture eventually. Okay. Let's get rid of that and go here. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Long time no see, I feel like.
Yeah, same. It feels like it's been a minute.
I know. It's only been a week. Less than a week. Less than a week.
Oh, well, yeah. Less than a week. Wow.
I know. Okay, there we go. Finally got my screens right. Okay, I've already asked you how you are, but how are you?
I'm good. Just about to finish off the week of Friday Eve of it all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, same. I mean, the week has gone by so quickly and also been so long. That's what we were talking about before we got on air here.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It is so confusing. What is happening with this screen? Stop switching screens. Okay? Okay. Good Lord. This screen is just a mind of its own right now. Yeah, I personally don't know what day of the week it is because my big has been sick all week. So she's
sorry
been
to hear
home.
that.
Me too. But it's okay. It's usually really fun to have her home, but this cough that she has, it's like it's activating her asthma, and also it's like such a heavy cough that it's making her throw up.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they had to swab her for strep because usually if you're coughing and you throw up, it's strep.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? They did like COVID and the flu and everything was negative. So I have no idea what's happening. But and her oxygen was so low.
Oh, no.
I told them what it was and they were just like, yeah, you should probably go to the emergency room. They're like, if it keeps staying there, you need to go to the emergency room. So if you have one of those like oxygen readers, if it ever hits below 95, apparently, it's not good. And definitely if it's at like 9, especially for kids.
Okay.
It might be different for adults, but like if it hits like 90 or below, especially, you should probably go to the ER.
Interesting. Good to know.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder how many times my oxygen has been under 90.
Well, now can you check?
I can. Well, if I would wear my watch more often, then it would tell me. But I don't like the feel of stuff on my wrist. It just is weird. And so I don't wear a lot of bracelets. Like the only thing that I wear is hair ties.
Oh, yeah. Hair ties aren't as crazy, I guess.
Yeah. But like that, I don't know. Watches are rough. Any hoosers, that's not the story time that I want to get into. I want to get into a story time with you before we get into this.
Okay.
Because, oh my Lanta, I got learned on that day. I got schooled that day on like pettiness.
Well, tell me.
Yeah. So I think it was Monday. It must have been Monday because my big should have been going to school, but we didn't take her. So first of all, this is a safe space, right? Like,
Absolutely.
It's okay. I can vent and I can say all the horrible things that are in my head without being judged. I hope. I obviously don't like believe all the horrible things. It just sometimes feels so good to say them out loud. So over the weekend, my big, she developed a cough. My little has had the same similar cough and like runny nose, but she seemed fine, no fever, nothing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, so big should be fine too. No, false. Big has asthma. I forgot. She experiences things differently, right? So The whole night, I stay up listening to her breathe, making sure she's still breathing, watching her little belly rise, making sure it's not like doing the thing that it's not supposed to be doing. And in the morning, I'm just like, she's definitely not going to school. We're going to urgent care.
Yeah.
So we take her to urgent care. Um, and then like I come home, I drop her off. It's already been a day. We haven't eaten anything yet because it was just like, get up and go. And I drop her off. Hubby's home with all 4 kids right now because we've got 4 kids in the house. And I get us food before I go to pick up her meds because they're not ready yet, right? So now I'm in the parking lot. I'm trying to park my car and I'm trying to make and you can, by the way, tell me if maybe I'm just wrong in this situation. I'll accept it, but I don't think I was.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to park on the right-hand side. So I veer a little left and make a wide turn because I've got like an SUV, not an SUV. What are they called? Crossovers?
Oh.
Or is it a full SUV?
Like gosh, I just had it.
It's a mom car.
It's a mom car. It's what everybody's doing these days.
Exactly. So I've got a mom car. So I make that wide. I'm trying to make a wide turn. I go left to make the wide turn and clear the other car and get into like the space on the right-hand side. And as I'm doing that, the car on my right, on my left, sorry, she comes out wide, or not wide. Well, she just comes out, right? So now we're like face to face with each other. And I'm like, hello, I'm trying to turn into that spot. And I'm like pointing at the spot and she goes, back up. Yes, exactly my freaking point. I'm all, biznatch. I was here first. I literally just need to park my car. All you have to do is back up. You should have been here in the first place. What the hell?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, at this point, I'm still nice. And I'm just like, can you please, I just want to park literally right there. And she's like, shoulder shrug.
Whoa.
Go. Hand motion. Dismissing me. And I'm all, oh, okay, well, I haven't eaten yet. Let me get my lunch out. Post my car up in park. Break out my bagel sandwich that I'm so excited to eat. And I just start eating. And I'm getting heated. Listen, I had time. I thought I had time.
Oh, no.
To be petty. Because my session wasn't for another 2 hours. And she didn't need to take the medicine yet. She had another 3 hours to take the medicine that I was picking up. So I thought I had time. No, she had time. She also parked her car, pulled up her phone, and chilled. Sat back in her seat and just started scrolling. Oh. And I see people walking past, just kind of staring at us. And I'm like, is this who I want to be? Just questioning everything about myself. Am I really this person? Because apparently, you might think that you have time, but nobody in the world has more time than an elder Karen. Where's she going? What is she doing? She's retired. She got nothing to do. Mm-hmm. This is what she's got to do. Be petty and waste people's time. I'm like, okay, is this who I would want to model for my kids? If my kids were in the car, would I still be behaving in this way? And I'm like, no. Sweet, right? Okay, let me call the hubby. He's going to talk me down. But Ryan, do you think he talked me down? No.
when you said that, I was like, oh, really? Okay.
That's a choice.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, no. He's like, when's your next session? Oh, you got time. Lay on the horn.
Amazing.
I know. And I'm just like, no, I hate that. I hate people who do that. The horn is specifically for emergencies. If you are about to watch a dangerous thing happen, that's when you use the horn.
Right.
And you're trying to prevent a dangerous situation from happening. That's when you use the horn. You do not use the horn for pettiness. I hate loud noises. That would annoy me more than it would annoy her, right? So I'm just like, do I want to be this person? So after a few deep breaths, I'm like, no, I don't want to be this person, but I do want to be annoying.
Right. After you invested this much, it's like, all right, I got to do something. I
know, right? So I start pulling up closer and closer to her car, doesn't faze her, never looks up. And I start trying to turn into the space that I wanted to turn into. And I do it specifically so I'm like inches from her car the entire time. It's a good thing I'm a good driver. Mm-hmm. and I stop like right in front of her window. And I'm like, really? Like, this is the hill you're going to die on today. You can't, you're the older person. You're supposed to set the example. That's what I was told when I was a kid.
Okay.
Doesn't look at me, never, nothing. And then as soon as like space clears, gone. And I'm like, wow, did I just get a lesson in pettiness? Like, first of all, if you want to be petty, you better have time.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because y'all both had time.
Yes. Not as much time as she had, apparently. She would have sat. I wonder how long she would have sat there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I could not have sat there without getting more and more angry. And I refuse to let her make me feel that way.
Absolutely.
So I let it go ultimately. But oh my God, I'm actually really, really mad and upset that I had to. It's like, I wish I had more time. Yeah. I would have turned my car off.
That would have been the ultimate.
Yeah, right? Like, turn the car off. All I had to do was go pick up the meds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, man. If you turned it off and then went in the store and came back.
Yeah. It wouldn't have taken that long. It would have saved me money, honestly, because then I wouldn't have like walked around and bought stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if I had just done that.
Yeah. But then would you trust her with your car? I mean, I'm sure. Who knows?
Yeah, obviously not. She'd probably call somebody to like tow my car away or whatever.
Oh, man. I guess like the first part of it where she's like telling you what to do is insane to me. I think that's what would really, oh man.
Yeah, right? So like, okay, honest question. Who actually has the right of way in that situation? The person who's like already going to park or the person who's pulling out of a parking spot? Because I know that while she's backing out and I'm pulling forward, if I were to have rear-ended her, I'm pretty sure that would be mostly my fault because usually if you rear-end someone, you're mostly at fault. Mm-hmm. But she was obviously not backing out. She was pulling forward because she backed into her spot. So she was pulling forward. Mm-hmm. So we were both face to face with each other. Who was legally speaking here, people? What's the rule?
Yeah, let's consult our legal listeners here and
exactly
chime in, please.
Like the people who I'm in Virginia. You know, what's the rules here? Because I don't know that would have flown in California. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I personally have had awful like Trader Joe's parking lot experiences back in California. I mean, really horrible.
Yeah, I would have backed out. I would have been like, oh my God, I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. Let me just back up.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to park right there? Cool. Like, 1 second.
Yeah,
but
no big deal.
The dismissal. Go.
Oof. That's so jarring. I feel like because you were there first, it should be you, but...
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, because if I'm just driving forward and you're pulling out, bitch, you're going to hit me.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm trying really hard not to cuss, but like I was so pissed. So heated.
That was a really good petty story, though.
I'm heated now, obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know. Afterwards, I was like, listen, whatever. It's fine. I'm getting a good story out of this. you're an a-hole, but at least in my book, I think you're an a-hole. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah.
That's crazy.
So a good, fun little petty story where we were both petty, but she had way more time to be even more petty. Go her. I hope she's proud of herself.
Yeah, I hope she just had a wonderful day.
I know. Bless her soul.
Bless her little heart.
I know. I hope everything went well for her. Butthead. She obviously needed it.
Yeah, it probably just made her day.
Clearly needed something to go right in her day.
She might be lonely.
I know. I'm so nice.
You spent a little bit of time with her. What a wonderful thing to do.
Exactly. I'm so kind. Exactly. I even tried to make eye contact with her. Really connect with her.
And she just didn't even look.
I know. Gosh, people. If you guys hear screaming, it's because there are 4 kids who are refusing to take a nap.
Oh, man.
And I live in Virginia, so let's be honest, this house is probably haunted.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so last we met, I left you and we were talking about the difference between graffiti and street art and like historically what graffiti was, and definitely not a thorough description or in-depth dive or whatever, but definitely some information that's relevant. So before we get into it now, I want to ask, who's your favorite artist, if you have one?
That's a really tough one. I find it hard to narrow down. I'm going to go, what's coming to mind first off is Artemisia. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Gentileschi.
Ooh.
And she was really ahead of her time as far as women painters in a time full of men. And basically she did these really beautiful paintings of women and how like their bodies move more. It's a more accurate portrayal, I would say, compared to how a lot of men in those days painted. And gosh, I'm trying to think of anyone else, but I will say her paintings were she was, it was around like the 1600s. So it's a little bit of an older artist. And then, of course, I would secondly say one of my favorites is Kusama. And that's just, besides like the interactive portion of it all, just her story and her struggles and how she's still making art is really fantastic.
Even when she's institutionalized.
Yeah. In college, I took a women in art history class. And just found out how crazy it was to break through back in but to start out with, and how it's changed now.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. The Broad had an exhibit. Her exhibit for a while, and it was really cool.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular fave?
I have a favorite painting that I saw. It was at the LACMA, and it's like super small, but when I saw it, I was like, how did you do that? Because it's by Archibald Motley. I think it's called Jazz Age. Oh no, this is maybe the style of art painting is Jazz Age Modernist. I don't know the name of the painting itself, but it's, let's see, presents a full scale survey, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, so in the painting itself, it really looks like the street lamp. There's a street lamp like in the middle, and it's Harlem, like just a lot of people walking around in Harlem,
Mm-hmm.
and the streetlight actually looks like it's glowing. Like, at least to me, every time I see it, it actually looks like it's turned on. Like there's something inside the painting itself that
Ooh.
is lit up. And I love that. And a lot of his art is like that too.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's really beautiful to me. I don't know much about the artist himself. Probably should have looked that up. But I know that every time I see it, it's definitely one of my favorite paintings to look at.
Awesome.
And then more recently, Andrea, I think Jacobson, I saw her on Instagram, and she has this like, oh my gosh, my keyboard doesn't work. So she has this um series that she does called 100 Dresses, or 100 Women in Dresses.
Hmm.
And she hasn't done all 100 paintings yet, but she's like slowly trying to make it there. And it's just each painting is a story of a woman, and and what she got from that story and how beautiful it is, and each painting is so meaningful and beautiful, and I love it.
Hmm.
So her also is one of my favorite artists right now.
Oh, we'll have to share these in the links, perhaps, episode. I'm curious to see what they look
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, Ryan actually bought me one. It's not the one I wanted, but I've never told him which one I wanted, so whatever. And it's really pretty, so I have it. I have to like put it up somewhere. But yeah, so I have one in my
Wow, that's
house.
great. You have a
Yay!
piece too.
Yeah, yeah. My big, big, big goal is to someday perhaps be able to afford her to commission a piece, either based on my mom or based on my like the story of my mom through my daughters.
Oh,
If
that
that
would be
makes, like,
great.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that story of how that the legacy there, or
Mm-hmm.
even like her mom and through to my daughters, and the legacy of those 4 generations of women.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then all of her pieces come with a poem.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
even
So
more bonus.
I know, right? So I really like what she does.
Hmm. Got it. Yeah, send
So
me those links.
I will. Okay. That kind of brings us into this realm of like, what's the difference between, like, what makes an artist, I guess, right? Like
Hmm.
someone who just draws and it's a hobby, or who doodles or it's whatever, or, you know, versus someone who's an actual, quotes, artist, an actual artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the, what, what's the gap? How do you get there?
Yeah. Well, as with any art, it's very subjective for one.
Mm-hmm.
What's art and what's not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? And I feel like that's what this whole conversation between what's the difference between graffiti and street art, and what's the difference between King Robbo and Banksy,
Mm,
because they both started out as graffiti artists
okay.
or writers,
Right.
right? But as you'll see, Banksy's stuff, is more likely to be protected by the government, protected by like the whoever forces that be. Um, and that if like people were to do something to it, then it would be vandalism,
Mm-hmm.
versus King Robbo's, where, yeah, well, we didn't want that there to begin with. So peace. So happy it's gone. And as a matter of fact, we'll paint over it as well,
Mm,
kind of stuff. So that's kind of what, I guess, the part of petty that we're trying to discuss, that petty nuance between vandalism, or what is considered vandalism, and actual art.
okay.
Um, right. So last week we talked about graffiti versus street art, and then we ended on how it's basically kind of being gentrified and commercialized. Boo, womp, 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 womp. sometimes I hate that I write this out because I get caught up in reading. Okay, so getting to the petty brawl of it all and the information that I didn't know I wanted to know everything about. Last week I told you how the hip hop scene and therefore graffiti culture made its way to UK in the 1980s. What I haven't told you yet is that there are unspoken rules when it comes to street art. Do you want to take a guess at what some of those rules are?
Well, I would say like don't tag over someone else's tag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there is like a territory thing as well. Like, I guess that's a little bit the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not don't do it in broad daylight, but that's more like a
Well, that's an interesting one, actually, the broad daylight one. Remind me to circle back to that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's about all I have.
Okay. So, according to a Made in Bed article, The Brawl for the Wall, a case for street arts respect culture, Robbo versus Banksy, and a blog called Spray Paint Graffiti, these unspoken rules are, they didn't say it this way, but I'm going to say it this way. Thou shalt know your history. And then burners above pieces above throwies. And I had to look that up because I was like, a what?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I know, yeah, I know the throwies are those LED things. But anyways.
Okay, so this is all from Wiki. A burner is an elaborate, high quality, and complex graffiti piece designed to burn or outshine others. So usually features 3 or more colors, intricate lettering, and people put like significant time investment into this. And then a graffiti piece, it's short for a masterpiece. So like an elaborate multicolored artwork or a mural or something. So yes, graffiti piece is short for a masterpiece. It's elaborate. It's multicolored. And so all burners are pieces, but not all pieces are burners.
Ah, okay. That's where I was getting confused. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like a burner is like the epitome of masterful skill and speed and style.
Nice.
And then a throwy is just something that's like thrown up, that's fast, it's painted, it's stylized, kind of bubble lettering stuff that you would see. Like we talked last week about bombing, like trains and bridges and things. So that's more what you're going to see. It's a throwy.
Okay. I'll just show you the throwies I was thinking about.
Okay.
Something different. But it has to do with like, art. But anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, glow sticks. I didn't read that far into it. Oh, no.
No. It's something totally different.
Okay. Now, thou shalt not snitch. Tag on religious buildings, war memorials, houses, or small businesses. Leave a trace or get caught. You never spray over a dead artist's work. Never spray over a tribute piece, and you never paint over another more established artist's work.
Okay. I've seen a lot of all of those, but yes.
I know, right? So if you do that, you want to take a picture or do some kind of a shout out or at least leave their tag. Right?
That's fair.
Okay. Exactly. You're in memory, like you're standing on that person's shoulders. They came before you. You wouldn't be there without them, essentially. So you're honoring your elders, essentially. Okay. So we'll keep all of those things in mind as we talk about King Robbo and not very much about Banksy, but whatever. It's fine. So graffiti started as a way for communities to communicate with one another and became a form of self-expression and political commentary. And this is the idea this idea is the cornerstone in the debate against making street art profitable and commercial goods. In the Made in Bed article, they suggest that the artist loses the authenticity and direction in their craft when they are prioritizing profit over art. And the article also answers a question that we had a few weeks ago when I was like, oh, we know who Banksy is, which we don't, but whatever. Everyone theorizes that we know. So we were asking, why be anonymous? What's the point of being anonymous? Blah, 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 and all of that stuff. So the point of anonymity is to create work that shares a message, showcases their skill, and can be accessible to the public. While it's great that graffiti artists and writers are getting acknowledgement, the big question that keeps coming up is what's the difference between graffiti and street art? Who gets to decide what is mindless vandalism versus actual art? And does it really all just boil down to profit? Yeah. So there's a like a 45-ish minute long documentary called Graffiti Wars, where they're like interviewing King Robbo.
Oh.
And they talk about stuff. I'm going to play a little bit of a clip from there. And they really kind of get into that too, right? Like it's not fair. Kind of, what was the thing that I asked you to remind me about?
Oh, broad daylight graffiti.
Yeah, right. Like there was this one artist who was like, this is the tag that I used to get arrested for, that I got arrested so many times for this that I ended up having to just go to jail. Like this is the art that this happened to me for. And then all I did was change this style in this way. And then it became art instead of, right? Like now I'm out here in broad daylight. I'm still painting on walls that don't belong to me, that I have no permission to paint on.
Wow.
But for some reason, now all of a sudden it's legal, whereas what I was doing before, it's not. So who gets to decide that and why?
Yeah, I see. That goes back to the profit of it all. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then they also interviewed kind of like the mayor or whatever of the town or city kind of thing of like, well, why is it that if Banksy's paintings or whatever gets vandalized and you put posts around it to protect it, but if this other person's art does, you just paint over it? Or if there's a different form of art there, you just paint over it. And he's like, honestly, I think it should all just be taken down. But, this brings essentially tourists.
Oh, yeah.
Like people want to come and see this, right? Mm-hmm. People have paid for this artist to do things elsewhere. And so it brings value.
Totally.
Whereas other things don't. And I'm like, okay, I guess, sure. But like, I'm also seeing art that's on walls that's way better than anything Banksy's. Anyways, we'll get into it. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I keep mentioning King Robbo. Yes, go ahead.
I was just going to add a real side thing to that is I see several tours going through Bushwick because they've got all those really colorful walls, and some are really professionally done, but it's mixed in with a lot of different tags. And honestly, a lot of the people on these tours would have never gone to Bushwick if there wasn't the mural art and the graffiti and the tours. Like they look like, why are you in this neighborhood? Like they probably would have never went to seek it out themselves. So it's kind of like funny when I'm like, oh, they're on one of those tours. Yep. So he is right that it brings people like that might not have gone before.
Yeah, exactly. Who probably maybe don't belong in that neighborhood too.
Yeah.
But like,
oh yeah.
Yes, I get that. But I mean, if you created an Instagram and started posting all the other artists, then people would come for them too.
Yeah.
Not just for a Banksy.
Right. Just to what end is, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That actually reminded me, complete sidetrack, but I was in Chicago one time for a conference and there was like something I didn't really have to be at, so I didn't go. And I was there with my aunt, cousin, whatever. Anyways, so there's a specific pizza place where you're supposed to, like, it's known for their deep dish Chicago pizzas.
Right.
And I had to take a bus. No, I had to take a train and a bus to get there. And I was dressed definitely not like somebody who's from Chicago. I was dressed definitely like somebody who's used to warmer weathers.
Oh.
And definitely lived in California.
Uh-huh.
So, and did not belong in that particular neighborhood at all.
Okay.
And I'm like trying to get on the bus, and this girl's like, "You're not from here, are you?" And I'm all, "No." "Yeah." What's the right answer?
I know.
Is it the phone and the navigation that's giving me away? Like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. And she's like, "Yeah, no, I can tell." And I'm like,
"Ooh,
that's not good."
Yeah. Well, glad you were okay.
I know, me too.
It's kind of like a wild thing to say.
I know. But I'm like, okay, noted. I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. For sure.
Yeah. That happens.
So, yes. Okay. Anyways, so I keep talking about Robbo, King Robbo. Do you have any idea who King Robbo is?
Can't say I do.
So his government name is John Robertson. He started his career in the early 1970s. I'm going to call it a career because he was an artist the entire time, but people might not see it that way. So he started his career in the early 1970s. He put up his first big piece in 84, 85. I saw 2 different times. And he began to really identify as a graffiti writer around that time. And this was so much a new thing that he would tell people, "Oh, I'm a graffiti writer." And they would be like, "The hell is that?" And then he'd have to tell people about what he does and how he's doing it, why he's doing it, blah, blah, blah. And then people would be like, "Oh, for real? Like, I want to do that too." And so he made his own crew. And they were called the Art Masters.
Jazzy.
Yeah, I know, right? And then he just started tagging next to more renowned people who had been at it longer than him and who were more well known than him, so that he could maybe get to meet them. And then he started meeting them. He ended up on he said 6 different crews at some point. Just being able to get to know all of these artists and really learn about the craft and all that stuff. So he's like, yeah, him and his crew, the Art Masters, they bombed the hell out of Northamptonshire. Right. So they're tagging all over the trains and the walls and all that stuff. And then eventually he did move back to London, where he's originally from. And one of his most notorious pieces is Robbo Ink in Regent's Canal. I'm going to share my page with you so you can see it. Share. So it's this thing right here. Yeah. So that was up for 25 years.
Oh.
There's definitely, there ended up still being tags over it, but this remained. The scroll on the right-hand side still remained, and all of that. I'll show you what it ended up looking like. A lot of what I'm telling you right now is coming from an interview from idandgraffiti.co.uk.
Mm-hmm.
They interviewed King Robbo himself. So this is the stuff that's coming from the interview. So he really enjoyed what he said about this craft for him that he really enjoyed is just seeing his name all over the city, the adrenaline that he would get from the excitement and from putting up the graffiti and having to sneak into these places and really figuring out how to do that and get out and not get caught and not go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool for him because I think he had a rough childhood and he ended up having to work for his uncle kind of really early on. And this was really just the escape that he needed. Yeah, and he was like doing this all over, not just in London, but in different countries. Eventually, he was even in New York too. So, like, all over the place. And then when London graffiti writers, they started moving away from a New York style of writing, he started to experiment and create his own style of writing. And he would still use the New York style, though, on trains. He said he would do that so you could still read Robbo as the train speeds past. So I wonder if there's like something specifically about the New York style that makes it easier to see.
A little more legible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he ultimately left the graffiti scene because of, family commitments and being an adult. And he had kids and had to be responsible and do the right thing for his family, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that jazz. And then a lot of his art got painted over, got, removed and all of that stuff. And but the one thing that stayed is the Regent's, the oldest one is the Regent Canal one that he did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that I showed you, that stayed up for 25 years. I don't want to say untouched, but like for the most part, it remained until Banksy hit the scene.
Oh, no.
This guy. I know. So, how did King Robbo and Banksy first meet? They had a cheeky little interaction, and I'm going to try and share that with you.
Ooh.
I can bring it up. Ah, so loud. Oh my God. Unnecessarily loud. Holy cannoli. Okay.
So I was in a place called the Dragon Bar down Old Street. I was introduced to a couple of guys and they was like, well, it's such an honour to meet you and stuff. I was paying respect. When I was introduced to Banksy, I went, oh yeah, I've heard of you, mate. How you doing? And he went, well, I've not heard of you. Whenever I met someone, whether I heard of them or not, I always said I did hear of them. I'd never put no one down. And he dismissed me as a nobody and nothing. So with that, I slapped him. I went, what, you ain't heard of me? But you won't forget me now, will you? And with that, he picked up his glasses and he ran off.
Whoa.
I could picture this happening because I've seen similar interactions with my cousins and stuff. It's so funny. But yeah, you're not going to forget somebody who slaps you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, definitely not. I had some chick in high school, like in a joking way, slap me like on my lower chin-ish area. Like
oh my God.
It was a light slap. And I told her, I don't like when people touch my face. Please don't do that again. And then she did it again. And I like,
oh no.
Like, what's that called when you like punk somebody out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she went running.
Nice. I knew you wouldn't have let that happen.
I was like, listen, I know. Do it again, I swear.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyways, so.
Hold me back.
I know. But actually, funny thing is, so she was friends with my friends, and she had the nerve to come up to me later that day and like say some shit. And I threw my books on the ground, and my other friend, who had no idea what was happening, she like stepped in front of me and she's like nervous laughing. Because she has no idea what's happening. And I'm like, you better get her away from me.
About to throw hands.
I know. I will throw hands. I've never had to get into a fight at that point with anybody at school, but I will punch her. Like, I was so mad. Anyways.
Deep breath.
Right? You don't forget those people.
But yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Banksy went running. His feelings got hurt. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, pobrecito. So that's kind of how they first met. And then Banksy, when in the documentary, they reached out to him and he was like, that never happened. I don't know who he slapped, but I hope they deserved it, blah, blah, blah. So, sure. And then it was fine, la-di-da, until there was a book that was written about like London graffiti artists and that culture and all of that stuff. It's called London Hand Styles. So that came out in 2009. Yeah. And that was the first time he'd ever told the story in an interview. And it's in the book.
Oh, whoa.
And it like says it was him, right? So that happens. And after that happened, Banksy commits the cardinal sin and paints over the Regent Canal
Damn.
painting. Yes. So he not only, have you ever seen it?
I have seen it actually.
Yeah. So it's like the painter kind of painting over his thing. So not only that, but he paints over specifically the tag on the right-hand side.
Messed up.
Exactly. Yeah. So that happens, and it's la-di-da, right, for King Robbo at first. He's like, it's fine. If he had just not painted over the tag, it would have been fine, but that's kind of what started this back and forth between them. So in that one thing, they redid it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Potentially 8, because at some point somebody, either Banksy himself or the government, just buffed it out. They blacked it out.
Oh my goodness.
Completely. So there was nothing there for a time until somebody came back and I think it was Robbo, he painted over it. But yeah, so there's this back and forth between them. And then also people are taking sides. Obviously, there's Team Robbo, Team Banksy, and they're tagging over each other's stuff, blah, 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 all of this stuff, just back and forth. Starting from 2009. Okay, so at first it wasn't anything serious to Robbo. To Robbo, at least, it was just tit for tat. Robbo doesn't ever paint over what Banksy creates. He kind of just turns it into something. He adds something to it. He will adapt what is already there and make it something for himself or the meaning of it. So he's never covering the original artwork, just kind of adding to it and putting different pieces up. And for Robbo, the line got crossed when, I guess, at some point, Banksy, he created a piece referencing Robbo and calling him basically just like some blue collar worker.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're some working class, whatever guy, right? Robbo's like, okay, now you've made it personal at this point.
Right.
That's something I think that he takes pride in. Right? He takes care of his family this way. So he takes pride in that. And also that every time they go out into the world and they're doing this tit for tat thing, Robbo thinks he's trumping Banksy because he's just adapting and improving Banksy's work rather than just covering it up. Because if I just cover it up, it's whatever, it's gone now. So nobody cares. But now you see I'm better than you.
Ooh, that's a unique way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because the big thing for Robbo is that you're using stencils. Let's see you freehand something. I can freehand. Like this, I did it myself. You, within 5 minutes, used a stencil, sprayed this, and that's what you created. But I took the time and I did it myself.
Pretty cool.
Exactly. And here's the proof. My art versus yours.
Whoa.
It's very petty and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, takes pride in being a real writer rather than just using stencils to mass produce things. For King Robbo, graffiti is not about money, though he did eventually start receiving money for his gallery work after the feud kind of garnered him some recognition. Ultimately, this feud, which people have portrayed and probably actually was at some point really heated between these two artists, in his own words, for King Robbo, it was the kick up the arse to get out there and do it again. Because he had been wanting to go back and create. That creative desire never left. But, as what happens usually for most adults, you have to take care of your family and you have to earn a living in this very capitalistic society that we live in. And so your dreams sometimes go by the wayside, especially if it's not earning money. And graffiti did not earn money at the time. And so I guess that's one great thing about the whole Banksy King Robbo rivalries, it really brought a lot of notoriety to graffiti art and street art and all of that stuff. So King Robbo got back into creating more regularly. He was doing new work and getting featured in galleries, actually the same gallery that first featured Banksy. And people had a lot to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was experimenting with new styles, including stencils, but just really, for him, it was about proving on his own merit that he actually is an artist. He doesn't just do graffiti. He's not just a street artist. He's an artist writ large, and that he can create. There's a piece. I'll share it with you. So this is called the Peace Flower, and it was a gesture of peace, and it was meant to end the war, the feud between Banksy and Robbo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right? It's beautiful.
It is.
It was featured in his gallery. That was meant to do that, but, Banksy then painted over the mural again, or the Regent's Canal art again. So the feud continued.
Gee.
I know, right? But for King Robbo, he saw this gallery work as something that referenced graffiti and street art, but wasn't quite the same. And in his words, graffiti is street art, and that is art. Just period, right?
Yeah.
So how did the feud end, you might be asking?
Yes, tell me.
So the feud continued for a few years after the gallery exhibit. So 2009, that's when Banksy painted over King Robbo's thing. 2010 is his gallery. Then I think in 2011, so between 2010 and 11, he was actually starting to get notoriety. He was commissioned to do a piece for this movie, and he did this big mural with Zoe Kravitz's face on the side of a wall, and it was his versus Banksy on the other side on a different wall, and he was on the red carpet and like all this stuff. And then I think I saw somewhere that it was a tragic car accident. I saw somewhere else where he was just found in the street, unconscious. But yeah, tragedy struck, and he was in a coma for like 3 years. And in 2014, he passed away.
How sad.
I know. And it happened like while they were trying to create the documentary too. He was like, Banksy was the last person to put something up. I can't just leave it there. I got to come back. And then he wasn't able to come back and do his thing. Yeah. Later on, Banksy went back to the Regent Canal, and he created a piece that referenced the original piece with his tag and all of that stuff in memorial to King Robbo.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, finally, unfortunately, that's how it got squashed, but
Yeah, it sucks. Here's all of the different renditions of this one wall. Okay, so that's what it started as.
Okay.
And then this is how it was. And in the documentary, I guess Banksy was like, well, if you don't want your art to get covered over, then don't put it in these random places where it's going to get messed up, right? So then this is what Banksy did to it.
I remember something like
tag.
that.
Yeah. And then Robbo came back and he created King Robbo, and he left the original painter guy.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Banksy put fucking Robbo. Oh, sorry, effing Robbo. And then so it's black because somebody, either Banksy or somebody else, the government, whomever, the powers that be, just blacked out the wall. So it's buffing it out. And King Robbo then created this thing. And then when Robbo passed away, this is what it looked like.
Oh, so sad. Yeah, I now that we're talking about all this, I saw a lot of tributes to Robbo in the Lake Street Tunnel in London. It's actually one of the only places where it's legal to do graffiti in.
Oh.
And
Okay.
Banksy actually had like some event there one time too. But
Mhm.
it's really beautiful to look at. If you just have time,
Mhm.
look it up later. But there are some Robbo tributes in there. I do remember.
Yeah. So when he was in a coma, there was a lot of people throwing up like tributes to him, saying how much they respect him, how like they honor his legacy and all that stuff, and hoping that he got better and things like that. Just going up all over the place because everyone was Team Robbo. If you watch the documentary, you can really hear how humble he is. For somebody who was like right at the beginning of starting this, I guess, trend, right? That like he was there for it. He probably created a lot of the styles that people use now. And he's such a legacy. And for him to always, he said it in the part that I had you listen to, like, I always tell people that I recognize them. I don't want to like make people, he didn't say quite this way, but basically he doesn't want to make people feel small, and kind of made me not, if that interaction happened the way he said, turned me off to Banksy a lot because you're very focused on your own ego, I guess, if you can't. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's a bit petty, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You can't just be like, oh man, yeah, I know who you are, because how can you not know who this guy is? He's like all over the walls, and again, right. One of the unspoken rules is know your history.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So, but I think it's really a lot more tragic because he passed away literally right as he was going to hit the dream, right? That people were starting to pay for his work, and not just like any people, but big industry people. He was going from a graffiti artist to like an artist,
like a
in
fine
general.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And you could hear a little bit of like, oh, it's crazy, that like, that's what's happening, that I'm going from this to that. And like, what's the difference kind of struggle that he was experiencing a little bit and all of that, which brings us back then around to how do you decide what is street art versus graffiti versus just art?
Right. I still feel like it's so cyclical. I mean, I don't have a definitive answer.
Yeah. What it makes me think of is like the whole love is love is love is love is love. Right? Art is art is art. It's whatever. Like, what's the difference between the art that my kids throw up on my walls that I have to be like, oh wow, so proud of you, yay, that I've got a one of a kind design
right
by you on my walls. Cut that out of the walls for later. Right? Like, what's the difference between that and what we see elsewhere? This is me trying to make a poignant point. We'll see if it hits. Okay. The irony, or perhaps the point of this feud, is for us to reflect on the systems that determine for us what is acceptable and what is not acceptable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because it could have gone either way. People could have decided that King Robbo was the acceptable form of art, and Banksy was just stencil trash. Like people were saying, oh, you're cheating. So people could be like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's not art.
Stencil trash. I like
that. Right. And it could have gone either way. It just happened that Banksy was the one that got the notoriety.
Right.
And King Robbo had like the tragic end.
Yeah.
Anyways. So who's Banksy? Oh man. Honestly, after all the research I did about King Robbo, the documentary that I watched, the interviews, the papers, the articles and stuff, I don't really care. Sorry. Like, who cares? Yeah. Really, I don't know, whatever. So here's what I said. He is a talented, anonymous artist with a big ego who stands on the shoulders of Blake the Rat, who is he's the original stencil graffiti artist who originated in France. So you'll see like a lot of his artwork is reflected in what Banksy does.
Okay.
And and Banksy made a comment too of like, well, every time I try to do like some original work, I find out that he did it first, and I'm like, because
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I don't know if you're Team Robbo or Team Banksy, but I think it's pretty obvious. Team Robbo for life over here on my side. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. I've always had mixed feelings about Banksy before this episode. But and hearing the Robbo thing, I respect him more too.
Banksy or Robbo?
Robbo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still respect both of them, but I do feel like my gut is saying that Banksy is more of an ego at this point. And probably is not worth as much hype as he's gotten. Don't at me, but
listen, don't at us, because also in the documentary, allegedly Banksy was like, oh crap, what was it that he said? To like the people who say he's not all that, he's like, yeah, I agree, and I hope that someday I earn the lack of recognition that I deserve.
Well, cool answer.
So exactly. So don't at us. He also doesn't think he's all that. So whatever.
Yeah, don't at us. Don't be coming screaming at my front door.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Team Robbo as well.
Yeah, I had a thought and it has since blown out of my brain. So whatever, it's fine. What's your glimmer?
Ooh. My glimmer is from earlier this week. Someone sent me a quote from Rilke. And it's been sticking with me the entire week so far. Actually, I have it up. Let me just read it real quick.
Okay.
We have been put into life as into the element we most accord with. And we have, moreover, through thousands of years of adaptation, come to resemble this life so greatly that when we hold still through a fortunate mimicry, we can hardly be differentiated from everything around us. We have no reason to harbor any mistrust against our world, for it is not against us. If it has terrors, they are our terrors. And if it has abysses, these abysses belong to us. If there are dangers, we must try to love them. And if only we arrange our life in accordance with the principle which tell us that we must always trust in the difficult, then what appears to us as the most alien will become our most intimate and trusted experience. And again, that was a quote from Rilke.
How do you spell that?
Rilke.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I think I'm going to have to sit with that and read it myself and process that in a different way.
Yeah, there's a lot to process that I'm still sitting with. So I will send you a copy.
Yeah, please do. Okay. So that's your glimmer. You're sitting with that.
That's my glimmer. I just can't stop thinking about it. And it really made my thinking change this week. So
fun.
So what's your glimmer?
Oh, my glimmer is that I got to see Bruno Mars this past weekend.
What? No way.
I know. Yeah, like randomly, it was completely unplanned. And it kind of, actually, the glimmer isn't that I got to see Bruno Mars. It was amazing. I loved it. He's such a talented performer. But I think the glimmer for me is in the fact that I got to see Bruno Mars. It really brings home that I have amazing friends. Like the people that I have surrounded myself with, who I have around me, I spent, like, again, the first 2 years of being out here, like intentionally isolating myself because I refused to make friends. But the friends that I did finally make, I really just have the most amazing friends and the best support system out here. I keep saying, and I think it's unfair to my friends out here, I keep saying that I have no support system, that I don't have anybody out here. And that's so false. I have a great handful of people. It's not the same, but it's not nothing. right? And I think I have been minimizing that a lot, which is unfair. And this experience with my friend and these past few months with these people of really reflecting is bringing home to me that I really do have great relationships and great supportive friendships. And that's really great. That feels really good to me in this moment, especially coming out of like years of feeling so alone, almost like self-imposed, I guess, kind of. But yeah, so that's my glimmer.
I'm really happy for you. That sounds like a nice, grateful thought to have.
Yeah. So it's nice. It feels less lonely, and I feel a lot more content with my just day-to-day stuff, and it's a little bit easier to navigate things. I think the place where I feel I'm needing more support is just that I know if I was in California, it would be a lot easier for me to be like, hey, can I just drop off the kids real fast because this thing is coming up or whatever.
Right.
Or, but just because I don't exactly have that here doesn't mean that I'm not supported by the people around me. And I think I need to really start recognizing that and leaning into that, as opposed to what I don't have, because that's not honoring what exists, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a glimmer, don't forget to tell us about it. Send it through our website or call us on our T line. We would love to hear about it. Your
The
glimmers
lines
are
are
my
open.
glimmers. The lines are way open. We're just waiting. Please call.
Please. So yeah, give us your glimmers, thoughts, questions.
Your petty stories. I will be your desperate ex. I will. I'm not too proud to beg for your stories. But yeah, so I think that's it, right? Do you have anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. Did we already mention that you made stickers? And if like people are interested, hey, if you subscribe, then maybe we can like figure out a way to send you a sticker. I have no idea. I'm like making Robin make promises that I don't know if she can keep or not, but like
No. Yeah, definitely. If you subscribe, hit us up. We can figure something out.
Yay. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us. Please, again, subscribe to all the things so you don't miss the next episode. And until next time, everyone, fuck it.
Stay petty.
Toodaloo!
Bye-bye.